In this match, I played Claude, who is probably the most fun marksman to play, at least that's how I feel. My lane opponent was Hanabi. She isn't much of a threat if you know how to lane against her. Just avoid getting poked by her basic attacks in the early game, play safely. As a marksman, your main job is to farm gold and get your core items as quickly as possible, not to force kills in your lane. Prioritize last hitting your minions. Any kills you get along the way are just a bonus. Like here, both of them had already used their ultimates, and Hanabi was low, so I immediately went in for the kill. But I didn't overextend because I had no vision of the other enemies. Badong was really kind here. He trapped both himself and Cyclops with his own wall. That was a close call. Demon Hunter Sword along with the fighter emblem came in clutch there. Here, we had no vision, so I played it safe and waited for the right moment. And look at that, Badong wasted his ultimate, even though In had already used his ultimate on Zetian. After winning the fight, I pushed the top turret because, at the end of the day, pushing turrets win games, not kills. I honestly don't know what Badong was expecting from Hanabi. He stayed glued to her the entire game instead of helping his jungler secure objectives. Hanabi players play with so much confidence, like nobody can kill her, but they usually end up feeding the enemies. The only way most Hanabi players win is when they're up against weaker opponents. Map awareness just doesn't seem to be in their dictionary, and that's probably why most of them are stuck around a 50% win rate. Moments like these are exactly why I love playing Claude. He has incredible mobility and sustain. A skilled Claude player is such a nightmare to deal with in the mid to late game. Although I wouldn't call myself one, that would be an exaggeration. I thought I had the most gold in this match, but to my surprise, the enemy Freya had even more gold than me. Hey, look guys, what did I say? Hanabi didn't retreat after taking down the turret. I think she forgot that other players have something called a minimap. Oh well, we've got Claude's 3 core items. So, now Claude's damage is really going to start hurting. Yeah, but I still don't think I can take on a Freya in a 1v1. Now watch this. Using Purify is a real lifesaver. It can come in clutch, especially when the enemy team has a lot of crowd control. Here, In yoinks our Florin, but he was too shy to hit a girl, so our Paquito yoinked him instead. And now the game is pretty much over. In this match, I played Sora. The reason is simple, once he reaches level 4, he can burst down his lane opponent in thunder form. And if your lane opponent is Hanabi, it's almost guaranteed. I took Flicker because it gives the most value by letting you reposition your ultimate. The tricky part about playing a fighter in the gold lane is surviving the early game. Play safely until you hit level 4, because that's when Sora really becomes scary. Here, Hanabi was very confident because she thought I couldn't kill her with a teammate by her side. But Far Amos wasn't much of a threat since he didn't have his ultimate yet. I guess Far Amos didn't want Hanabi to die alone, so he walked right into my ultimate. How kind of him. That was a close call. I probably wouldn't have survived that if I were playing a marksman. Here, for some reason, I was able to see Hanabi's basic attack animation. Here's a quick tip. After taking down your lane opponent, setting up an ambush near the lane will almost always get you another kill. Of course, this only works in lower rank. I thought I was about to get a maniac here, but Atlas ended up getting the kill on Khadija. This game was pretty easy because the enemy draft was very weak. They had no one who could properly frontline, and the Far Amos pick was a bit questionable, especially in solo queue. Our team was simply too tanky. We could take fights and make plays without getting punished. That's why counterpicking during the draft phase is so important. For example, picking Akai into Tigreal can completely shut him down and stop him from making plays with his ultimate. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.
You just gotta be